like I said, this is it. It's the last SAO video. Because I'm tired of this crap. Oh man. There's a reason why there's only 3 parts. If I got any more of it, I'd just be hating myself even more than I already did. I already spend money on these. So why do I have to go through this? Oh. So anyway, I'm just gonna get on with this. Welcome to the last review of Sword Art Online. This is Sword Art Online Fairy Dance. Aw, jeez, man. The story this time around takes place after Aincrad, so it goes after Aincrad and Progressive. So it starts literally right after Aincrad ends, and where Kirito has now woken up. After he wakes up, it goes into his little daily life. You know, we meet his sister, and we get to see what the everyday life of Kirito holds. Well, he's still scarred from SAO, and so he has to deal with all these things, he has to deal with his sister Sugu, who he's now trying to get closer with, and, I mean, it's really weird, because there's something missing. What happened to Asuna? See, Asuna hasn't woken up yet from the coma known as the nerve gear. So, Kirito goes and visits Asuna in the hospital. Well, we get right up front and we figure out that there's a man named Sugo who is working for Asuna's father and the company that controls one part of technology. So it's kind of in the same vicinity as the nerve gear. Anyway, so what happens is that this man named Sugo comes over to Asuna, really creepy-like, and says to Kirito, I'm gonna marry Asuna while she's asleep, and she can't do a thing about it. Oh, it's really weird. Oh, jeez. This is like in the first, chapter of Fairy Dance. You can already tell how this is gonna go. Well, that makes Kirito very angry, so he gets really upset and everything. And then what happens is that it goes to a picture that Kirito got sent. He got sent this picture that looked oddly like Asuna, but it's from a video game, a new video game that's on a system that's kind of like the nerve gear, but it's not. And so what happens is that Asuna may or may not be in this game. So Kirito decides, I'm gonna go find Asuna in this game called Alfheim Online. So it takes him into this world. There's flying, there's magic, nothing like SAO. All the creativity I was taken out of it has just been replaced with a very generic form of MMO, which taken all kind of creativity out of it, I feel like. And so now we're on a journey to find Asuna. So that's just great. Just great. So, this arc sucks. Like, I have to say that all of the creativity that was taken from Aincrad was completely taken out of this arc. It's so bad. So first off, for starters, let me get started of where it goes into Alfheim. Because you switched over from SAO and going into Alfheim, you have 2 kind of separate settings right here, which makes 2 separate styles of gameplay, which means that there's even more bullcrap involved, which doesn't make sense for things that come down further in the line. Because Alfheim and Sword Art Online are 2 separate things at this point. They are 2 separate beings, and they shouldn't be connected at all. But Kirito is still freakishly overpowered. He literally is a god who has no struggle whatsoever. And there's nothing that's able to stop him. Now, the next part is that Yui comes back. There wasn't a need for Yui in the first place. Like, Yui is one of the most pointless side characters I've seen in a comic in a while. I'm appalled by the fact that there's literally no reason for her to be here in the first place at all. I don't get it. So, what happens is that Yui comes back, and then they think that it's a good idea to throw in kind of a romantic interest that's not Asuna. But here's the thing. While Kirito is chasing after Asuna, Kirito meets a girl in Alfheim called Leafa. That's what her name is. And so she ends up falling in love with Kirito. But here's the problem. Leafa is Kirito's sister, and his sister has a crush on him in the real life too. And because she didn't know that it was Kirito. I mean, it was freakishly obvious. But that's not the point. The point is that she fell in love with Kazuto, which is Kirito's real name. And then Kirito is someone who she found as a replacement. And so it was this stupid love plot of her trying to fall in love with Kirito, but it's the same person. They're two the same people. And they're brother and sister. Actually, they're not even brothers in the first place. They are cousins. And oh my gosh, it's so weird. Like, that is so messed up on so many levels. Like, that changed everything. As soon as that thing got thrown in here, I was just like, oh man, this is going downhill way too fast. So, I love seeing this fly into chaos because there was absolutely no reason for any of that to happen. Oh my gosh. Kirito has a freakish ability to be able to figure out how to do everything in like the first 3 pages. He figures out multiple abilities. He does things that the system isn't even able to do, and this isn't even Sword Art Online. His stats carried over from Sword Art Online. His god stats moved over to the Alfheim servers. That's dumb. That's like if you, let's just say this. It's like if you took, it's like if you took all your stats from League of Legends and you threw it over to Dota. Kind of like that. But that's the best way that I can compare it to. There's no possible way for this kind of stuff to work out. And that's stupid. There's no way that it should be able to do that at all. And so, it's rough. It really is. And so, this is just the story, man. The characters. Oh, man. So, I should probably just start out by not talking about Kirito or Asuna, because those are the only 2 characters that are coming over from SAO to here. There aren't any other characters from the Aincrad part other than Yui that show up. So, technically 3. So, I'm not going to be talking about them other than minor changes that they have, because they're basically the same. So, the minor change for Asuna is that they basically taken every single part of her that was not that great in Aincrad, and they made her into Princess Peach. See, in Progressive, she had some form of character, but in this, she has nothing more but just a help I'm kidnapped kind of personality, and it's really terrible. And then Yui comes back, and I don't know who wanted Yui to come back. I don't think anybody did. Oh man. So the main character next to Kirito in this arc is Sugu, who is actually Leafa. And best part about her character is that she's Kirito's cousin, and she loves him, as in she wants to become his girlfriend person. What? She's so useless. Oh my god. Leafa literally serves no purpose other than to make a form of romance in the story. And I don't think anybody actually liked it. I personally didn't like it. Gosh, it was weird. And it made the story even worse. It kind of gave Kirito a side character, which is good that it kind of contrasted his loneliness in Aincrad. But the thing is just that it could have been anybody else. It could have been anybody else that would have been a lot better. But here's the thing. Kirito has so many girls falling for him that it doesn't make sense. The just one girl that he met just happened to be his cousin, who already liked him in the first place, and she ended up falling in love with him even more. And no, man, she's useless. Oh, I don't want to talk about her. It's so weird. And then we have the other character known as Sugo, who is the main villain of this arc. He's the man who wants to marry Asuna. He actually serves as the king of the fairies and the person who's controlling everyone. His entire goal is to become a major butthole of the entire thing, major butthole. And all he wants to do is just be able to control the human soul throughout the entire game. So he's keeping all the SAO subjects from Aincrad who have come out, and he's taken them while they were going back to the real world, and he's kidnapped them, and now they are stuck in Alfheim. He wants to be able to control their minds, their emotions, and basically their soul. So it's not a bad concept, but Sugo's such a terrible villain that there's no redeeming quality to it at all. Because it was kind of what... I mean, it's creative, but it's just the fact that Sugo's a terrible villain. And that I hated it. It was... The final scenes with Sugo were... Whew, they were something, alright. So yeah, none of the characters were good this time. None of them were in any form, way, or fashion that good. So, yeah. Great. The art this time around is something that I like to say is in between Aincrad crappy and progressive okay. Like, I honestly think that this didn't really have bad art. But some of the fight scenes looked kind of funny to me. While progressive has really good art, this is just okay. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I don't have anything really good to say about it. It's just okay. So, that's about as deep as the river goes. So, Sword Art Online has been quite a journey for me, because it's a series that's made me appreciate really good series. Because next week's review is going to be pretty dang good. And I have much more appreciation for that series because I've been reading Sword Art Online so much. I want to get on to so many good series, and I'm not able to do that because, Sword Art Online's terrible. And like I mentioned in the first video, sometimes they're really, really innovative ideas. But when you have terrible characters, terrible pacing, it's not going to work. And so, you have this just kind of mess of everything. Because you can have a great idea. But man, the execution of it was so horrible. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Sword Art Online Fairy Dance a 1 out of 10. Don't ever get this. Don't ever get this at all. Fairy Dance was terrible. I'm not really expressing it very well because I'm trying to keep as calm as I can. But this is bad. This is very bad. Don't ever get this book. Just please. I'm getting a migraine. So thanks for watching. If you want to follow me more, you want to see some dank memes I post, or sometimes you just want to see me freak out about random stuff, follow me on Twitter. Also, if you want to see more videos of this pretty face, I'm pretty sure that you should just hit that subscribe button. It's a magical button. It'll take you to the nearest Chick-fil-A, and you will absolutely have a great time. I suggest you get a burger there. They're really good. But anyways, if you want to see more of my jokes, watch more of my videos. I have plenty of more reviews. Yeah, I do. They're great. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, or maybe you can see me in another video. It doesn't matter. Okay, bye.